Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of the Gentle Transformation podcast. I'm super excited and super happy and a bit nervous because this is literally the very first podcast I ever started. First of all, I would like to tell that this is a safe place for you in case you are dealing with weight loss goals, with health goals, if you are dealing with emotional eating and binge eating. This is a place where we can talk about weight loss, about our emotional eating episodes, about identity shift, about becoming the best version of yourself, about changing your habits and becoming actually the person you always wanted to be, but in a gentle and in a soft way. Here I'm gonna share my story, my personal journey, because actually I am right now on this gentle transformation journey, hence the name of the podcast. And I hope to build a nice community around here of people who can support each other and help each other to reach our big and ambitious goals. So first of all, why I decided to start this podcast. Around 8 months ago, I started my YouTube channel where I'm actually sharing my health journey. And for years I've been dealing with weight loss and weight gains, with different type of dieting. I've tried practically every single diet, like you name it. I've been starving myself. I've been trying some kind of ridiculous diets. I've been not in a good place with my body, with my weight, with myself first of all. And over a year ago, I decided that I don't want to live like this anymore, that I'm ready for changes. And it was also important for my health because as of that time, and actually still, I am obese, which creates a lot of health risks. And I've tried so many diets and I've tried to lose weight so many times, but I failed every single time. And in most cases, and probably some of you are already familiar with these scenarios, the harder you trying to lose weight, the more you're gaining. And especially during my last weight loss attempt, I gained even more weight. So from the category of overweight, I went into the category obese. So I understood it's time to do something. It's time to change something because I'm almost in my 40s, and with age, because of hormones and because of age changes, it's gonna be so much harder to change my life, to change my weight, to start building those healthy habits. So I started searching, I started reading books, I started watching some scientific lectures in order to literally transform my life. And what I understood, that the way I always approach my goals, my health goals, my weight loss goals, was always with some kind of hate toward myself, with some kind of self-punishment, with some really, really unnecessary pressure, which doesn't let myself, my body, my brain actually get rid of all those bad habits and start building the person, the identity I would like to become. And from all of these books, from all of these podcasts that I've been listening over the years, especially in the last year, I came with kind of this idea of gentle transformation, that I still want to transform. I still want to become a healthier version of myself. I still want to build this new identity of the person who cares about herself, who loves herself. But it should be a gentle and a soft approach. It should be gentle transformation from the place of love, from the place of understanding, from the place of self-respect. The gentle and soft approach. So first of all, what gentle transformation means, the way I understand it. And again, disclaimer here, I'm not a health professional. Everything that I'm sharing on my YouTube channel and everything I'm gonna share in this particular podcast is only based on my personal story, on my personal experience, on my personal knowledge. And this information might be helpful for some people who may be dealing with similar issues as I do, like weight loss, gain and loss, like emotional eating, like binge eating, like some kind of distorted relationship with food and first of all with myself. But for some, this information that I'm gonna share in this very podcast can be triggering, and again, I'm not health professional, so please talk to your doctor, talk to your psychologist, talk to a health professional. So the way I understand gentle transformation, soft transformation, it's when you develop, you grow, you change, but from the place of love, from the place of self-talk, self-understanding, self-acceptance, first of all. And for me, probably it's one of the biggest challenges that I'm already have progress in, but still, to accept my current body in my current weight, to accept myself, who I am right now, with all my health issues and other things that I'm dealing with, and start changing myself from this place, from accepting myself of who I am right now and going toward me, this desired version of me, this kind of new identity that I'm building. So the idea of gentle transformation is when you're growing, when you're developing, when you're changing, but from the place of love, not from the place of self-punishment, not from the place of pressure, because pressure doesn't let your body to change, to transform. And the way I understand the difference between so-called harsh transformation and gentle transformation, that harsh transformation, it's when you see that there is something wrong with you. The way I saw it, that there is kind of something wrong with me, that I need to change it, I need to fix it. There is something wrong with my body, there is something wrong with my brain, why I am overeating, why I'm binging, why I'm having these strong emotional eating episodes, why I cannot lose weight for years, why instead of losing weight I'm actually gaining. There must be something wrong with me, and I need to find the way, the fastest, the most harsh way to fix it, because I cannot live like this. The soft, the gentle transformation is completely different, as you can understand that. You see this transformation as a partnership between you and your body, partnership between you and your brain. Like you are supporting yourself, you are supporting your body, you are helping yourself to transform, again from the place of love, from the place of respect. And for me it was the biggest eye-opener, like the way I treated myself, the way I talked to myself, the words I used to myself when I stepped on the scale and I saw that I gained some weight, the way I talked to myself after I had a binge eating episode, or when I couldn't follow a certain diet that I decided to follow, or I couldn't stick to my workout routine that I decided to follow, and how harsh I was to myself. Like, I consider myself a nice person in general, and I behave, I believe very nicely to my family, to my friends. But to be honest, I have never treated myself as I treat others. To myself, I always been some kind of enemy to my mind, enemy to my body, first of all. And it was like really insightful. It was eye-opening moment. And it took me a while to start noticing even this, not even changing them. And I'm far from perfect. I definitely have a very big progress over the year, and I have a bunch of videos on my channel about the tools I've been using in terms of self-talk, self-acceptance, self-love. But again, like, it's so sad that nobody tells us, that nobody teaches us actually to proper communication to ourselves. At school, in society, everybody tells us how we should behave towards others, that we should respect our parents, that should we be kind to our friends, that we should do the best that we can for our family. But unfortunately, there is not so much information how we actually need to talk to ourselves, how we need to treat ourselves. Because no matter how close you are to your friends, your family, you are the closest to yourself. You are practically living inside your body. You are as close to your skin as is actually possible. And yet, we are treating ourselves sometimes so cruel, so bad. We don't even give ourselves chance to progress, to develop. Like, sometimes so much love we are showing to our family and friends, and sometimes even some random people that we meet, strangers practically, and we do not show that much love, that much respect and that much support and understanding, first of all to ourselves. And I was thinking, like, before I was thinking, okay, I need to be harsh. I need to have like iron discipline, because this is the only way I can reach my goals. Like, I need to lose 20 kilos, and that's a lot of weight. And if I will be kind and soft to myself, I will be lazy, I will not reach my goal. So I was like really harsh to myself. Like, you do it, get up, do what you need to do, like do your workout, eat that food, don't eat that food. But actually now I'm understanding that from the place of love, I can reach so much more, because of all that harsh self-talk and that harsh behavior that I did to myself for years, practically for most of my life, I was not only dealing with my goals that I set for myself, but first of all, I was dealing with all that extra pressure, that hate, that stress for my nervous system. So my body, me, I didn't even have enough energy to deal with all those goals, because I first of all needed to deal with all that pressure, that disappointment that I created actually for myself. And really, it's really sad. And I know many of you may understand what I'm talking about. Probably you're also dealing with something similar, and I do hope you found the way, or hopefully you're gonna find the way to change the way you treat yourself and the way you talk to yourself, because really big changes and lasting changes coming only from the place of love, from the place of safety within your own body first of all, but not from the place of self-hate practically, because I was treating myself as a person who hates herself, as a person who hates her body, who think that there is always something wrong with her and I need to fix that. But the way I see the situation now is definitely so much better. It's not perfect and it should not be perfect, but it's definitely so much better. And this podcast is actually the place where I would like to share my journey, where I would like to share all those tools that I'm using. Hopefully also to remind myself why I'm doing this and to keep myself accountable, but also to help others who are dealing with similar issues as I do, who might be also as blind as I was about the way they treat themselves and the way they talk to themselves. And actually my biggest and my most ambitious goal here is actually to build community where we can support each other and give each other all that love, that support that sometimes unfortunately we are lacking in our real life from our friends and from our family. So in this first episode, I especially would like to talk about three biggest components, three pillars of gentle transformation as I see it. And the first, one of probably the biggest part here is identity. And for me, it was a very nice mind shift when I started thinking from the place of a person who I would like to become. So when you are trying, let's say, to lose weight, or you want to do something else, you're having some other goals in your life, and you start thinking not like the person who is not yet there, but you are trying to lose weight, for example, because you want to become that slim person in the future, but you're kind of shifting your mindset and you start behaving like already that person. So you already start behaving like a slim and healthy person, or you are considering yourself as someone who is already on that journey. So you're not starting from scratch, you are not starting from the very beginning, you are already in this transformation journey. So you are behaving like a person you're actually becoming. And for me, it was really, really very useful tool. It is for me very useful tool because I started thinking already like that person. And there are so many tools you can use. My favorite one is anchors, and I have this ring that I'm constantly wearing, and this ring is kind of connected to this identity that I'm trying to build. So every time I look at this ring, I touch this ring, I play with this ring, I just remind myself that I am that person already. I am that person who eats healthily, who loves workout, who loves herself, who treats herself correctly. And in case I forget about this, and in case something happened, and again I start going into my bad habits, this ring is a constant reminder that why I'm doing it. But again, there are so many tools like this identity-based approach, this identity-based goals. It was probably the biggest part of my success in this last year in terms of how I talk to myself, how I deal with myself, how I treat myself. And again, I'm gonna share all these tools in this podcast in upcoming episodes. The second pillar here is habits, obviously, because the only way to change yourself, it's like you need to start doing something differently in terms of what you eat, in terms of how you work out, in terms, first of all, how you think about yourself. Because I do believe everything starts with the way you think. And based on how you think, you start growing in yourself certain type of emotions, and eventually you do some actions, or you kind of avoid some actions based on that. So goal setting and habits building, those are probably my favorite tools here. I love setting goals. I'm crazy about writing the goals down. I love resolutions, and I do not make New Year resolutions. I do resolutions on my birthday for the last 5 years already, and it works for me very well. And I don't know, it's such a nice thing to see how you can set a realistic goal for yourself, how you can reach that goal, and to see what kind of person you are becoming and how you're changing. And again, I also would like to share those tools, those habits, building tools, goal setting tools on this very podcast. And the last pillar here, it's nervous system safety, and I think it's crucial for those of us who are trying to change, trying to transform ourselves in something different. And it took me a while to understand that your body, your mind don't gonna change anything in case they feel that they are in danger, that in case they feel not comfortable. So if you punish yourself, if you're harsh to yourself, no way your body, your mind is gonna change something or gonna kind of like build new habits, because how body can adopt something in case this is something that brings you stress. If you're afraid of something, if you're stressed by something, no way your body will pull you into that area, because it doesn't make sense, right? The body, the mind is trying to protect you, trying to keep you alive. And if something that you're doing, like let's say you're pushing yourself to eat healthily from the place of anger, you are pushing yourself to do some workout from the place of hate, no way your body is gonna build those habits of healthy eating and loving physical activity, because again, those are not feelings that we are aiming at. This is not anger and hate that we're aiming at. And once you start shifting and thinking again from the place of love, those habits, those lifestyle changes are gonna stick. And it takes a while, first of all, to build this safety around food, to build this safety around the way you talk to yourself, actually just to start feeling comfortable in your own skin, start feeling comfortable alone with yourself, like the way you talk to yourself. And after this transformation comes, and it actually goes to a completely new level. So I'm very excited to start this podcast. In the upcoming episodes, we're gonna talk about weight loss, about health goals, about emotional eating, about binge eating, about this identity-based approach, about anchors, about so many nice tools that I'm using on this transformation, on this journey. And I'm gonna use this podcast again as a way to share my story, to share my journey, and actually as a way to build community and to help others on a similar journey. So I'm super excited to start this podcast. Thank you so much for staying here with me on this very first episode of my very first podcast I ever started. I'm super excited, I'm super happy, and I'm nervous. Again, sorry in case I'm rambling today. It's really something completely new for me. But again, I always wanted to start something like this, more relaxed, more long form. Like I can share my journey, I can explain myself, and again, hopefully find other people with similar mindset. So thank you so much for staying here with me. And at the end, I would like to tell that you are already transforming. You are already transforming and changing just because you are deciding to treat yourself softer and to treat yourself gentler. So again, thank you for staying here with me, and I will see you in the next episode.